How you doing, all you beautiful sons of bitches? It's your boy Backseater, and today we got Hawke here, and we are going to look at another video by the God Empress herself, Nuhre, and she is going to be rewriting Taash's character from Dragon Age Failguard. So, Hawke, right off the bat, do we have any opening statements about Taash's character?
Oh. Yeah, Taash is definitely the character that encapsulates Veilguard's mistakes.
Taash is trash. Yeah.
Yeah.
So right off the bat, what the hell would you even do to even make Taash better, Hawke? Like, what would you personally do?
Um, Man, first things first, I'd actually fully commit to is she Canary or is she not?
Hmm.
That's the first thing. Not try and make her just this amalgamation of everything.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Chauncey, not make her like the writer's fetish, hidden behind Canary.
Yeah.
So, to be honest with you, the Taash along with the entire game is so fundamentally broken. There's not much you can really do with it without completely changing everything about him.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, so.
Well, let's see what Nuhre has in store for old trash here. So let's get on with it, shall we?
Welcome to Thetas, a place where mages explode like cheap fireworks, demonstrate your soul like a timeshare, and somehow gender identity got a high-speed connection to 21st century Twitter discourse. Today we're
no, it didn't get that high-speed connection until Failguard, but that's a whole other can of worms anyway.
Diving headfirst into one of Dragon Age the Veilguard's newest companions, Taash. Officially, they're a Rewritten dragon hunter with twin axes, a lust for danger, and the ability to breathe fire like your cousin Kyle after 6 Calorina Rippers, 2 Four Locos, and a current order to never return to Buffalo Wild Wings. Unofficially, Taash is a missed opportunity wrapped in sparkly modern platitudes duct-taped to a grimdark fantasy universe with all the subtlety of a rainbow sticker slapped on a Canary warhelm.
Okay, so I agree with that last part, but Hawke, like, would you agree with, like, her initial part of that? Like, would you say that Taash is, like, any, like, missed opportunities? Because personally, I don't really think so. I think Taash exactly is as, she is.
Yeah, the issue is by Veilguard, it's the character is so disconnected from the rest of the series that Taash is just not a missed opportunity, but more what the hell were you actually trying to do? What did you?
It's like,
what did you want with this character?
What were they smoking? You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's like, oh, we wanted a Rewritten dragon hunter. It's like, well, that's great. Why you made it a Canary? It's like, oh yeah, but they're not a Canary, but they are a Canary. And you're like, oh, just
because like
you're adding so many things on. We get it. You wanted a big muscle mommy character to fantasize about. But like, you just
aren't the Canary like enemies with Rewritten though? Right?
No, with Rewritten, Rewritten was one of the last places that the Exalted Marchers liberated from the Canary in the Storm Ages. So they still have a connection with the Canary. So the closest to Canary than safe Orlais and Ferelden are. But we're still not like, best friends or anything like that.
Okay, right. Yeah, and Hawke, remind me, like Rewritten is not like a super big like warrior place. Like they're not renowned for their fighters, right? Like Rewritten is like Rewritten is like not that, right?
Yeah, Rewritten is where Isabella comes from.
Yeah, I remember that, but like they're not like known for like, oh hey, don't fuck with the Rivanis. They'll send all their fucking dudes at you and they'll whoop your ass. Like Rivane ain't that, right?
They've got a good. I think they've got a good like navy because it's like a lot to do with pirates, but they sort of get pushed aside by Navarra in that terms with stuff.
Yeah, so
there's very little about it outside of what Isabella says.
So overall, this is like they're like the last place you'd see like this big bitch wielding twin axes, basically, is what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah,
All
pretty
right.
much.
All right.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on.
They are not a bad idea. In fact, the core concept is metal as hell. A fire-breathing dragon hunter, marked by something ancient, caught between cultures. That should be epic. Instead, we got something that feels like someone mashed up Tumblr, a Diversity Day PowerPoint, and a half-read codex entry on the Qn and called it a day.
Okay, that is pretty factual about Taash. That is pretty on point, yes.
The result, it's a character whose entire existence is
streams. Also, the issue is they're stuck between Veilguard's version of the Canary, which is just gay race communism, and Rivani, which in Veilguard is gay race communism. And you're like, okay, because all cultures are exactly the same by Veilguard, so...
that's how it works, yeah, anyway.
Focus group and not fantasy. But we're not here to rant, we're here to rebuild. This isn't just a rewrite, it's a reclamation, dragging a half-baked archetype into the molten heart of Thetas and reforging them into something that makes sense, something that belongs. We're scraping the...
What the hell is going on in this image right here? Like, I know this isn't really connected to the video, but like, what the hell is going on here? got like, I think that's Taash right there, some bird bitch accosting this mage here. What the hell? Oh my god.
Yeah, I don't know. The body perspectives are all over the place.
Yeah, pretty odd. Yeah, anyway.
Pop culture glitter glue and forging steel, tempered by lore, sharpened by myth, and set ablaze with real purpose. So grab your satchel of Gatlock, toss the buzzwords in the fire, and get ready. Because today I'm introducing you to the version of Taash that should have been. Eva Taash, the Flameborn of Parvolan. Not a man, not a woman, not a trope. A dragon, walk in. The idea behind Taash isn't terrible. A dragon hunter who can breathe fire? Awesome. Non-binary? Cool.
Okay, I'm sorry, Nuhre. That's not cool. I'm sorry. It's fucking stupid, no matter what fucking franchise we're talking about. Oh my god.
Sorry, yeah. Look, I get where she's coming from, and I'm looking forward to it because she's pretty good with Dragon Age stuff. But again, you still having to work within Veilguard's failed idea.
Yeah. And
if you know, so
the only I'm sorry, Hawke. The only way you can get away with having a quote unquote non-binary character in anything is if they're part of some species that has bizarre biology that facilitates it, like the Asari, for example, right? Even though they're not really non-binary, they're all women, but you get what I'm saying, right, Hawke? That's really the only way it can work. The Canary are not that. In fact, no Dragon Age race is like that. It's like they're all sexually dimorphic. They're all men and women. Anyway.
And the Canary used to be originally set out was an incredibly it was just a religious cult which controlled the nation, and it had incredibly what would you say right-wing views of men and women.
Yes.
Which made it interesting because it had this whole idea of almost a communist world, but with incredibly strict sexual roles and positions. So it blended it. It blended it to the point where it was almost like this was
its own
an original
thing, pretty much.
Yeah, it's like it was because it wasn't connected to anything really. What you could say in the real world, it felt like it had evolved in Thedas naturally, along with like a lot of the other nations and peoples. The issue is as the series has gone on, and it's just become pretty much like Nuru said, Tumblr porn fetish and everything. Everyone became gay race communists.
Yeah.
And
Anyway.
that's yeah. Anyway, yeah.
Fine, raisin remained spicy. Ginari, now we're cooking. But BioWare didn't want to cook. They wanted to microwave leftovers and call it gourmet.
I mean, sort of, but I'd say they did cook. They just went to school at Le Cordon Bleu, if you know what I'm saying, Hawke.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's
like I said, with the whole thing of Taash and everything, if you want to have a Ravani Dragon Hunter, that's fine. But once you start merging the Canary in with it, you've got different things to start thinking about. Like you can't pick and choose the Cune and then being outside of the Cune. So
Yeah.
it makes so many issues.
Yeah. Anyway.
crystal clear. Dragon Age has always been a world with nuanced takes on complex issues. Gender roles in Ferelden versus Orlais? Thoughtful. Mage oppression? Layered. The Cune's rigid society? Fascinating. So why in the maker's name did Taash end up as a dragon-hunting TikTok personality instead of an actual Cunari?
Because of Corinne Bush, that's why.
It was so obvious what this character was.
Yeah.
And yeah. Anyway.
The Cune isn't just a quirky culture that makes people paint their horns. It's a totalitarian philosophical system that assigns roles based on aptitude from birth. A Cune Athlock, those who are born one gender but live as another, exist in canon, but they are reassigned roles accordingly.
How legit is that, Hawke? Cause
From Inquisition, yeah. Pre-Inquisition,
yeah.
no.
Yeah.
So pre-Inquisition, only men can be warriors, and a woman can't become a man. So there's that. Then Inquisition came along, and only through the words of Iron Bull, whose name literally means liar, are we told, women can become men. It's absolutely wonderful. It's amazing. We're all quite easy with this, sexual liberation and stuff like this. And you're like, okay, this goes against even what like the Arashok, who was one of the three leaders of the Coon, says. And then Veilguard goes even further and just makes out, oh, you don't even have to like be part of the Coon to follow the Coon. And you're like, oh my god. Okay.
Yeah. Anyway.
Is not freedom, it's function. What BioWare missed is the perfect storm of contradictions Taash represents. A fire breather in a society that fears and controls mages. A gender non-conforming person in a culture where your job is your gender. A dragon hunter who possesses the very trait that makes dragons feared. Instead, we got a character whose personality boils down to sassy quips and please ask me about my pronouns. Their fire breathing is treated like an annoying party trick rather than the world-shattering anomaly it would be in Thedas. The Cune would never
would that legit be a thing? Like, Hawke, like legit, if Taash just came up and breathed fire, would it legit be like that world-shattering? Because
they would chain her up, cut her tongue out, and put her in shackles so she couldn't speak because that's what we do with everyone who's got magic in the Coon. Like Cerebasses can't talk, and if they do talk, they'll be killed. There's literally a quest in Dragon Age 2 where you have to, yeah. So, like I say, Dragon Age 1 and 2 really do set up what the Kunari are, and then Inquisition and Veilguard is all about, actually I have a fetish for big horned people, so we're going to completely change this.
Yeah.
So,
anyway.
they would never let Taash, if she was like breathing fire and doing stuff.
So it doesn't sound all that world-shattering if they know exactly what to do with her, but yeah, anyway.
Just shrug at someone breathing fire. The Ben Hasrat would have them in chains or dead before they could say dragon. Or, and here's where actual storytelling could happen, declare them something else, something sacred, something dangerous. But no, we got Taash apologizing for setting the drips on fire like a sitcom character who keeps breaking mom's face. Taash could have been a walking theological crisis, a living weapon, a sacred monster. Dragon Age has given us characters like Morgan, who challenge witch stereotypes, Dorian, whose sexuality...
Does she? I feel like she doesn't really. I feel like she just does her own thing.
Yeah, Morgan's just an apostate who... How can I put it? Because Morgan's one of my favourite characters, to be honest with you. Second to, obviously, Hawke. Really,
narcissist.
Morgan.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, Morgan. Yeah, Morgan just is one of those people who challenges, obviously, the narrative of like the history of everything. Because obviously, being Flemeth's daughter, she knows information she shouldn't. But no, and like Dorian being gay, it's like, okay, there's plenty of gay people.
Yeah. Hang on, let's hear what you have to say about
Post Inquisition.
Let's hear what Dorian has to say.
Just stereotypes. Dorian, whose sexuality was woven into Tevinter politics.
I mean, kinda. So I'd say she's right there, because you know. Like,
I don't know, as in
like
the fact that
his sexuality is woven into like Tevinter politics. Like, it's like, hey, we ain't gonna let you be gay because we need you to like have babies and shit.
Okay, I get that, yeah.
Yeah. Alright, here's the liar himself.
Bull, whose Kinori identity created actual dramatic tension. Taash...
maybe for like one quest and one DLC, but like, not really, no.
Yeah, Bull really was just a mouthpiece for BioWare to retcon the Qunari into being gay race communism. And like I say, his Hisrad is his real name, which literally means the liar. So you've got to take everything he says with a grain of salt. But hey-ho.
Deserve that same death. Instead, they're served up as representation without resonance, diversity without depth, a checkbox in a fantasy world that deserves better. The result? A character who doesn't feel like they came from Thedas, but like they fell in from San Francisco with a fantasy filter slapped on.
Yeah.
So let's fix that. Eva Taash, or just Taash, was not born into the Qun. They were forged in it. From the first breath, no. From their first flame, they were not classified as a soldier, laborer, or priest. They were something else, something divine. The Qunari do not believe in coincidence. They do not believe in chance. Everything has its place in the great machinery of existence. So when a child is born who exhales not air but fire, the Qun does not see an aberration. It sees purpose.
Would they, though? Because again, it's like we just laid out, it's like they just label her Sarabas, right?
Yeah. I think they would. Yeah, they would just call her a Cerebos and then they'd just chain her up.
Cause the only way like I see them actually doing this as if like some super fucking divine symbol just came on down from the heavens above and told them like, this bitch is gonna be special, don't chain her up or something like that. He's like,
it's
because like the Qunari.
Sorry, it's also linked to like the religious belief in like dragons, which is again I think something that only comes along from Inquisition.
Yeah. So,
in the deepest sanctums of Parvolan, among the ashes of dragons long dead, there's a Qunari sect that few speak of and few understand. one that believes dragons are not just beasts, but avatars of the natural order. They're not hunted, they are revered, worshipped. The Tamastrans call them dragon keepers, the Arishok calls them necessary heretics, the Ben-Hassrath doesn't call them anything, they simply watch and wait.
Wait, so do these guys exist, like legit, Hawke? Because I've never heard of these guys.
No, I'm hoping Nuhre's not just created these, because while it's a good idea, having to create something like this, if this is definitely a rewrite where we're
is she legit adding like her own like fucking OCs into this? What the hell?
If she is, it's pretty cool.
I mean, yeah, it's a good idea, but like, I thought we were trying to retool fucking Taash, not the Qunari as a whole here. Like, come on. I did expect this, Hawke. I didn't watch ahead. I only watched ahead by like 1 fucking minute. I didn't expect this. What the hell?
It would be funny if it was like to sort out Taash, I'm just gonna have to rewrite the entire Dragon Age series. It's like, well, you know.
It's like
I would too.
Hold on, Nuhre. Hold on. We don't need to go that deep. Yeah, oh my god, let's hear her out here.
When Taash excelled flame as a child...
It's like, who made this art? This doesn't look like official BioWare art. What is this? It's not soy enough to be official BioWare art. Anyway.
It
looks good, though.
It does look good, yes. We will give props here. It does look good, yes.
Fire, the priest did not panic. They bowed. A normal child would have been sent to the re-educators. A normal anomaly would have been corrected. But not this one. Not this miracle. The Qun does not do improvisation. It does not do anomalies. But this was a sign. The Dragon Keepers claimed them immediately, pulled them from the Tamastran's arms and into shadow.
I'm gonna look up, see if there is like Dragon Keepers or something.
All right, hold on, folks. We're gonna try and answer the $1 million question here.
Because if it's stuff that I don't know about.
Yeah. Shit so obscure, not even our Dragon Age expert knows about it.
Qunari Dragon. What were they called?
The hell are they?
Fire. The Qun does not see an aberration. It sees purpose. In the deepest sanctums of Parvolan, among the ashes of dragons long dead, there is a Qunari sect that few speak of and few understand. One that believes dragons are not just beasts, but avatars of the natural order. They are not hunted, they are revered, worshipped. The Tamastrans call them
the Tamastrans? Is that it?
Hang on. Tamastran call them... No, hold on. Tamastran call them the what?
Call them Dragon Keepers.
Dragon Keepers.
The Arishok calls them necessary heretics.
We also got necessary heretics here.
In the Dragon Age universe, Qunari Dragon Keepers are known as Adari. They are a group of Qunari who, through a special ritual, can breathe dragon fire and are revered for their abilities and role as protectors. Hold on. Is this... Is this something from... Oh, this is something from Veilguard. So it's something they made up in Veilguard, right?
Oh man, it's like I got hyped for nothing. Shit.
The Ben-Hassrath doesn't call them anything. They simply watch and wait. When Taash excelled flame as a child, actual searing skin peeling fire, the priest did not panic. They bowed. A normal child would have been sent to the re-educators.
Or the hospital.
A normal anomaly would have been corrected. But not this one. Not this miracle. The Qun does not do improvisation. It does not do anomalies. But this was a sign. The Dragon Keepers claimed them immediately, pulled them from the Tamastran's arms and into shadow. For 7 years, Taash lived in darkness, learning Dragon Tongue, studying ancient texts, drinking the blood of dragonlings to nurture the inner flame. Each night, they were made to breathe fire at the sky until their throat bled. Each morning, they were anointed in ash and taught to consider themselves neither man nor woman, but a vessel. Taash.
So in summary, your childhood sucked. What do you think?
Yeah.
What do you think of that so far, Hawke?
Yeah.
Yeah. It just seems like it's just training from hell.
It's still using something that was only invented for Veilguard again, and I just don't class Veilguard as canon to the whole thing because it breaks so much. No, honestly, the best thing about Veilguard is you could make another Dragon Age game and start off with Varric reading the story, going, "God, that was terrible," closing the book, and kickstarting the story again.
Yeah. Anyway.
Taash was declared Vasara Kodan, soul-born flame, a being outside the Tricaste structure. Not male, not female, not Bast, not a Cunath, not of this earth. When they emerged from the Sanctum at 14,
I still don't believe the Qunari would legit do this, especially if it's like on word of the Qun. It's like, why would the Qun have something so contradictory in it? You know what I'm saying? That's like saying...
Yeah, they hate magic so much.
Yeah. No, it's like, hey guys, don't use magic. Just stay in your lanes, depending on what you were born as. Oh, but if you're like this super special person that goes against all the requirements, only then can you go against it all. It's like no.
Horns were gilded in dragon scale.
Yeah.
Their eyes gleamed like molten gold. Their voice carried the rasp of someone who had screamed into flame for half their life. To the common Qunari, they were a walking legend. To the priesthood, a theological quandary. To the Antam, a weapon to be aimed. To themselves, a question that burned. They were a dragon in the shape of a person, a living embodiment of Qunari divinity. And they were completely, utterly alone. Here's the kicker. Taash doesn't talk about gender. They don't need to. In Thedas, a world where Tevinter slaves are branded, where mages are locked in towers, where the Qun assigns your life purpose at birth, identity isn't something you discover. It's something thrust upon you, or something you fight to claim. When Rook inevitably asks, "So, are you a man or a woman?" Taash doesn't roll their eyes, deliver a speech, or whip out the flag. They simply say, "I am Vasara Kodan." The fire does not answer to the lock. That's it.
I mean, what do you think of that, Hawke? Is that an improvement over "I'm non-binary"? Is that an improvement?
Anything as an improvement. You could literally just go and it'll be an improvement over. Oh, I'm non-binary.
Yes, pretty much.
Hey, I'm that word that doesn't exist in this universe.
Yes.
Rook's like, you're a what?
Done. No pamphlet, no heart-to-heart on the battlements, no special dialogue tree that magically unlocks if you choose the right response. Just simple, unflinching certainty, the kind that only comes from knowing exactly who and what you are, even if others don't. If you ask more, of course they'll explain.
And I don't know about you, Hawke, but like, I mean, say what you about how ugly Taash is, but like, this is still a pretty big, like, women's body right here. I mean, you got the hourglass figure, you got the dainty arms. I mean, this is a woman right here. Anyway.
Yeah.
But not with modern buzzwords or 21st century frameworks. They will tell you of ancient Qunari texts that speak of those who
look, this bitch even got fucking tits right here.
Carry the flame between worlds. Of how Porvolin's
sad they're A-cups, right, though?
Early stories tell of beings neither male nor female who walked with dragons, learned their secrets, and sometimes, rarely, miraculously, became them.
Miraculously. Oh my god. Yes, it's an ad.
Adverts. Oh, bloody hell, Dragon Age 2 artwork.
Ooh, nice.
For non-binary, they have something older, something built into their cosmology. Vasara Kodan, soul-born flame, beings whose spiritual nature transcends.
Is that even is that something she made up, or is that like legit? Hang on, what is this?
What?
Vasad Akadan. Is this legit? This don't seem legit. Anyway.
Beings whose spiritual nature transcends the physical. It's not that Taash exists.
So Taash went from fucking like non-binary to fucking transcendental now. Hawke.
Yeah,
Not
it's
only Taash doesn't just transcend gender, Taash transcends fucking reality.
yeah.
Okay then.
I'm being honest with you. I'm enjoying listening to what she's got to do.
Yeah.
I'm just giggling to myself that it's getting to the point that it's not just a little bit of a rewrite. It's a completely you're talking about a completely different, not only character, but a different realm of reality being forced upon the Veilguard.
Yes. It's like, what is
Between genders is that they exist beyond them. They're placed
I just said beyond everything.
to make Taash work, you've got to turn her into some sort of godlike being that transcends everything known. You're like, oh dear.
Taash is now Dr. Manhattan.
Yeah, the Canary Dr. Manhattan now. You're like,
yeah. Fuck it, why not?
isn't in some modern spectrum. It's in myth, in legend, in the very foundations
It's gonna be legend, wait for it, dairy
of Kinari belief.
Oh man.
This isn't a progressive stance, it's practically conservative by their standards, honoring an
Is it really? Cause like this seems way too out of the realms of fucking conservatism. What the hell, dude?
ancient tradition of sacred beings who step outside the Qun's rigid roles. You want to know how Taash views gender? Ask them about dragons, about how these grey beasts are addressed neither as he or she in
Oh my god, are all the dragons non-binary now?
hang on.
What the hell?
Hang on, no. Unfortunately, they are classed as he and she because only females can become high dragons.
Oh my god, what the fuck?
No, dragons are classed by male and female.
Oh my god. It's like, I mean, this is a high dragon, right?
Yeah.
But could you
So
imagine this bitch and the boss by going, my pronouns are she, her!
But no, so I am going to have to disagree with her. There is a male and female split.
Yeah.
But yeah, the only issue I'm coming across with this rewrite is Taash is now beyond being a companion.
Yes. I mean, fuck it.
Taash is no longer.
Yeah. So I'm sorry, I'll let you finish, Hawke.
Yeah. So Taash is now not a companion. Taash is slowly becoming almost like the Kunari version of an elven god.
Yeah.
And yeah, you're starting to just slowly drift into almost an overpowered character here.
This is like legit. As I said, it's Kunari Dr. Manhattan now. So if you have this powerful a character in the party, then what the fuck are all the other ones gonna do? Are they gonna get scaled up too? It's like, or are they just gonna stay where they are? So like, what the hell? It's like, what are the limits of new Taash now? But
yeah,
maybe she'll get. We still got minutes in the video. Maybe she'll get to that.
Yeah, it's good so far. Yeah. I'm just saying it.
It's
just listen to it. It's like no, but it's better than what we had.
The oldest Kinari text, but as those who burn, ask them how dragon fire transcends flesh, how their own flame marks them as something other than flesh altogether. Then watch their eyes, watch how they soften, not with the relief of someone finally understood, but with the sadness of one.
Understood? You mean understood? I'm sorry. I know she has an accent, but still, it's like some pronunciation she makes.
One who understands too much. It's not a debate, it's not a political point, it's faith. Welcome to Fantasy Writing.
I mean, you can still have like religious debates, though, so I mean, yeah.
Well, the thing, like I'll always say about political debate in fantasy, is do not make it real life, because in Phaedus or in whatever fantasy world you're writing, they have no knowledge of the modern world or the world that we live in. They live within their own self-contained place, where their own ideas and political beliefs have grown and evolved. So they have no word for the left or the right, or communism and fascism, or anything like that. So when you do like a debate in there, you've got to use their words and how they would do it. And to them, the left wouldn't be seen as the left. Do you know where I'm coming from with that?
Yeah.
So that's what you got to do if you're going to have politics in it. The minute you start making it, well, I'm left wing, and it's like, how would Sir James from Kirkwall know what communism is? It doesn't exist in Phaedus.
Yeah.
So
Bioware. This is how you world build. Tasha's fire breath, it's not a cute skill or an overclocked sneeze. It's the source of their power. And their
in this image, she looks like she's just eating a whole bunch of spaghetti, not gonna lie, but anyway.
Isolation. In Bioware's version, their fire is treated like a party trick gone wrong, a punchline, something they apologize for. In reality, it should be terrifying. This is a world where magic is feared enough to create entire prison towers, where the Kyun literally sews mages' mouths shut to control them, and you expect them to laugh when someone coughs up an inferno? The Kinari revere them, but they also fear them. Every morning, Tash's quarters are cleaned by silent servants who won't meet their eyes.
So now Taash is like fucking worshipped too, and you got people cleaning her house for her? It's like, nah, brah, come on. It's like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Every meal is prepared by cooks who taste test first, not out of respect, but to ensure no poison reaches holy lips. Every conversation stops when they enter a room, then resumes in whispers when they leave. Taash has never felt a casual touch, never shared a joke without someone analyzing it for heresy afterward, never been drunk among friends because they are no friends, only disciples and keepers. They are paraded as a living myth, but kept at arm's length. No friends, no lovers, just duty, just flame.
Oh my god. Okay, now this is getting really fucking out of hand, because now apparently Taash has fucking servants that just do shit for her, and everyone is so scared shitless of pissing her off. It's like, hold on. I think we have definitely gone a bit too far in some places here. Hold on. Pause.
Yeah, Yeah. This is going into. I don't know.
Is Taash
it's a
becoming
good.
Mary
Do you know something? This rewrite is really good for a character that's not in Dragon Age.
Yes.
This is a really interesting character, and it's actually a really interesting background. The issue is in the world of Veilguard, or Dragon Age in general, she's getting to the point where this character is becoming the second coming of Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay.
And Dragon Age already has a Jesus Christ analog. So, like, yeah.
Anyway. Well, let's see how it keeps going, because, yeah, I want to see how it merges into Veilguard in the story.
Marks them as sacred also marks them as other. What child would play with someone who might accidentally reduce them to ash? What lover would risk a passionate moment turning into immolation? Their hands have burned scrolls to cinders, melted metal, scorched stone, but they have never held another's hand without fear. It's why Taash wears those elaborate arm wraps, not for style, but to contain the heat that constantly simmers beneath their skin. It's why.
So it's basically Rogue, but instead of draining people's life force, it's burning them. It's literally fucking Rogue from X-Men now.
They flinch when Taash.
This is just, like I keep saying, it's a good rewrite, but it makes me laugh, the idea that we've had to rewrite Taash into being God to make good.
As someone who used to write fan fiction, we've passed the point where the fan fiction becomes an original story. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, this is. I feel that what Nuri's writing here shouldn't be wasted on Taash. This is a really good character.
Yeah, legit. Yeah,
an original character.
Yeah.
That I'd rather see so.
When touched unexpectedly, it's why they sometimes stare too long at simple acts of casual affection among the Veilguard.
At Freddy's.
So she looks at the rest of the Veilguard all having like their fucking gay orgies and going, "Is this what you people call love?" Ugh.
It's why Taash is so reckless, so loud, so eager to run into danger, because that's the only time they get to feel real. When fighting demons or darkspawn or dragons, Taash doesn't have to hold back, doesn't have to measure every breath, every word, every glance. The fire isn't a curse then, it's salvation, purpose, freedom. In battle, they're not a symbol, not a tool, not a saint. They're just Taash. And that rare taste of personhood is worth any wound, any risk, any pain.
So in battle, she becomes fucking Wolverine, apparently. Okay.
After all, what's a sword to someone who burns from within? Taash doesn't stumble into the Veilguard because they messed up a job or got guilt-tripped by their mom. They were assigned. The Kyun doesn't do coincidence, it doesn't do personal vendettas, and it certainly doesn't leave its living weapons unsupervised. Picture this. The first meeting between Taash and Rogue isn't some tavern brawl or chance encounter on the road. It's a deliberate ceremonial appointment. Taash arrives flanked by silent Canary guards who melt into shadows once introductions are made. They burn a scroll sealed with dragon's blood, a formal declaration of alliance from the Triumvirate itself. After the Rogue and Tam fracture from the Kyun and started meddling with dragons, the Triumvirate sent Taash to handle it. And by handle I mean cleanse it with fire and steel. The Antam's heresy.
I mean, couldn't they just handle that with like their normal ass soldiers? Because it seems like kind of a waste to send
the Antam are their soldiers.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean the Rogue Antam here. It's like it seems like kind of a waste to send their fucking demigod after them.
To be honest with you, the Rogue Antam make no sense because they've gone rogue to wipe out all mages, so they've joined forces with Tevinter mages.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that doesn't make sense in the grand scheme of things. But then again, it's Veilguard. Yeah. Literally nothing makes sense in it. Yeah. But yeah. Sorry, keep playing. Yeah.
Political. It's spiritual. They're capturing dragons.
Oh no, this guy got his nipple all bloody.
Experimenting on them, trying to create more like Taash, more living weapons. But without the sacred rituals, without the ancient knowledge, they're creating abominations, half-formed things that screech and burn and die. To the Kyun, this isn't just rebellion, it's blasphemy. When Taash speaks of the Antam, their voice shouldn't drop to a whisper or crack with emotion. It should burn. Each word should carry the weight of divine retribution. This isn't personal, it's cosmic. But Taash knows the world is breaking, the veil is torn, the fate is bleeding. They have seen the signs in dragon migration patterns, in the way flame behaves when they exhale it, flickering with colors no mortal fire should hold, in the whispers they hear when they sleep too deeply. So they strike a deal. Help me eliminate the Antam, and I will help you stop the end of the world. No emotional appeal, no dramatic backstory revealed over drinks.
Well, I mean, yeah, okay, well, now I'm at the fucking point where I really have to question, it's like, well, how powerful is new Taash here? Because we haven't really fucking defined how powerful she is. We just getting, like, this freaking... We're just getting, like, all this freaking mumbo-jumbo, like, oh, she's, like, this goddess and whatnot, she's super powerful now. Well, it's like, well, why doesn't she just go and do everything herself, then? Like, what's the power scaling here?
Yeah, you're getting a lot of philosophical phrases here. Yeah. Which is good for describing a character and everything like that, but it's not good in a way of grounding them in the world in which they exist.
Yeah, because legit, like, just how she's describing Taash, it legit sounds like nothing can stop her. So again, why would she ever team up with fucking Rook and Company? And especially when they have all not received the same buffs she has. So, yeah.
Because Rook is just a guy.
Yeah.
Clear facts. The world burns if we fail. I am fire. You need fire. I need you. It's called calculated. Kunari. When Nev asks about why they should trust a Kunari agent, Taash doesn't get defensive, doesn't make jokes. They simply state, the Kun teaches that all things have purpose. Right now, my purpose and yours align. Tomorrow, we shall see. That's how you write a Kunari. Not with sitcom quips or contemporary slang, but with the absolute certainty of someone raised in philosophical totalitarianism. Just like Sten before them, Taash doesn't ask for friendship, they ask for results. But that's where
this— oh my god, this art looks bad. It's like, oh my god, it's like no fucking wonder comic books don't sell, they're drawn like shit.
Story begins, not with forced camaraderie, but with distrust slowly thawing into respect. With a being who has never known casual touch learning what it means when Rook claps him on the shoulder after a battle. With someone who has only known reverence or fear, slowly understanding what it means to be seen. Not as Basara Kodan, not as the dragon who walks, just as Taash. Taash doesn't kill dragons lightly. Bioware missed a fundamental contradiction here. How does someone become a dragon hunter when they themselves carry dragon's fire? It's like making a—
I mean, the fucking Dovahkiin got that sorted out, so I don't see why Taash doesn't. So, you know what I'm saying, Hawke?
Yeah.
Character an elf hunter who has pointed ears. To Taash, dragons aren't trophies. They are in boss battles. They aren't loot piñatas stuffed with rare crafting materials. To them, every dragon is a sacred echo of the old flame. Ancient beast who shaped the world long before man or elf. In the secret text they studied in Parvolin's hidden—
I mean, elves did it, so sorry, dragons.
Yeah, oh, don't remind me that it's just everything was ancient elves, every single thing.
Oh, but well, this is Nuhre's rewrite, so maybe it won't be that, Hawke. Oh. Anyway.
Dragons aren't just animals.
The whole I get that, but it's unfortunately with Velgard is elves did the ancient elves, not just all elves. 9 ancient elves did everything.
Yeah.
That's it. Every single thing that's ever happened in the entire world was done by 9 ancient elves.
Yes.
Wow, well done, BioWare.
Absolute gaming.
Creation. Living myths that remember when the sun was young. Repositories of wisdom that transcends mortal understanding. Taash doesn't call what they do hunting. They call it Heraf Tam, the sacred duty. They hunt—
this, I've never heard of this either.
So. Yeah.
They hunt—
These are phrases I haven't heard of either, and it's sounding good, but like I say, we're adding so much lore.
Yeah, it's like I get the feeling that Nuhre's playing fast and loose with the lore that's already there too. I'm getting that feeling that she's like making a lot of this stuff up just to sort of help Taash fit, if you know what I'm saying, right?
Yeah, like I said earlier in the video, this rewrite is getting to the point where Taash is now, like I say, almost a godlike figure. And if you have to start making someone a godlike figure to fix their character, there's a lot of issues.
Yes.
Only when they must. When the corruption spreads through a dragon's veins. When the blight twists ancient wisdom into mindless rage. When a high dragon goes mad with pain or age and threatens innocence. Dragon Age has always understood that
the Dragon Age, more like Dragon Rage. Ayo.
Killing this creature should matter, should hurt. That's why the original games made dragons' battles rare, special, meaningful. When a dragon is corrupted by the blight, twisted into something foul, Taash doesn't roar in anger. They weep, quietly, alone. They light a special incense made from rare herbs gathered on the full moons. They paint their face with ashen dragon's blood. They whisper ancient prayers in a language the Kyun has largely forgotten. Pleas for forgiveness, promises to remember. Because to kill a dragon is to snuff out a god's spark. It is mercy and heresy in one. When Taash finally faces a dragon in combat, it should be a ritual. Solemn, terrible.
I doubt the dragon is gonna care, though. Like, the dragon's just gonna go on the fucking attack to begin with. You know what I'm saying, Hawke? It's like...
Yeah, and also, Iron Bull's response to dragons and Inquisition sort of flies in the face of all this.
Oh yeah, what is it again?
Oh, he gets really excited and he really loves killing dragons.
Yeah. Yeah.
So...
Oh, well, Iron Bull is like a fucking heretic or whatever. Yeah.
Their fire against the dragons, a meeting of distant kin across an unbridgeable divide. During these battles, Taash never uses their axe blades to the dragon's eyes, those windows to ancient wisdom. Never to the throat, sacred vessel of fire. Always to the heart, a mercy kill, quick and clean as...
I don't know about you, Hawke, but like fucking stabbing someone or something through the heart isn't a fucking mercy kill. I don't know what the hell this is all about. Like, a fucking mercy kill would be like when it's like really weakened, near death, and you just like slit its throat to ease the pain.
You can straight through the heart. That'll be a quick death.
I don't know. Maybe my definition of mercy kill is different.
Yeah, I'm just listening to this now, and like I say, I feel like this rewrite is wasted on Taash.
Yeah.
I feel like nuhre should just. This just sounds like not just a completely different character, but as in like a character that shouldn't be wasted on like Veilguard or anything like that. It's like a really good idea. It's just, I don't know. There's just something about it that's... I'm trying to think of the words.
It's like, let me put it this way. nuhre, don't fucking waste this on fucking Dragon Age. Just do what a lot of other YouTubers are doing now and start making a comic book about this. Put it that way.
Yeah. This is, like, it's a really good character. And... yeah, we're transcending a lot of things here to get this character to work. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. There's just something about it which just makes me go, I think this is going a little bit too far in one direction now.
Yeah, because Dragon Age has never really done, like, demigod characters, right? Or physical god characters, right?
Well, I mean, obviously we do Solus and everything like that.
I mean, Solus is a special case, so...
yeah, but we're getting... yeah, like, we're getting to the point where, like, the Qunari, how they've been set up, wouldn't really accept Taash if she was like this, because it's too close to just magic. But and also you're using Veilguard created lore, which is a useless bunch of lore because they literally destroyed the entire world.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about you, Hawke, but I think we've said about all we're gonna say about this, so I'm just gonna put it on 1.5 and just like wrap this up.
Yeah.
I have a feeling we're gonna just repeat ourselves, so let's just this.
Reverence puts them at odds with their Qunari handlers, with the Lord.
Hang on, that's too fast. With her voice, that's too fast.
Of Fortune, with almost everyone. The Veilguard sees another dragon to slay. The Lords of Fortune see profit. The Kyun sees a necessary evil. Only Taash sees a tragedy unfolding, a death in the family, a diminishing of the world's wonder. They are a priest forced to defile the altar.
Rest in spaghetti, never forgetty.
After each dragon falls, Taash doesn't celebrate, doesn't join the victory feast. Instead, they vanish for hours. The others assume they're praying, and they are, in a way. But what they're really doing is collecting scales, teeth, a vial of blood, preserving what remains of the fallen. In their private quarters, Taash keeps a small chest, Inside, a scale from every dragon they have ever killed. Not a trophy.
So it's literally the Dragonborn, like, getting new shouts every time they kill a dragon. like that's what it sounds like. You know what I'm saying, Hawke?
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
As remembrance, as penance, and it kills them inside. Each scale is a weight they carry, each tooth a reminder of necessary sin, each drop of blood a promise to never forget what was lost. That's not a side quest, that's not bonus content, that's character. Taash doesn't have a coming out story. They're not confused, they're not lost. They know exactly who they are, because the Qun told them. From their first breath.
At least by this point, we'll be able to skip that stupid-ass fucking side quest with Tash's mom, thank fuck.
The fire, Taash was defined, not mud.
So, in this rewrite as well, you're also writing Tash's mum out of the story, by the way.
Yeah. So,
and also you're writing out the fact that she's not actually part of a Qun in Veilguard.
Yeah. So, now the question arises: what is her her personal side quest? Does she even have one? If she doesn't, it's like, do the other ones just not have theirs?
Like I say, at this point, she's overpowered for a companion.
Yeah, like Hawke, like.
All
right.
Go on.
Sorry. Anyways, I was just asking, like, how powerful do the companions even get? It's like Solus, but he's being willfully weak. So like, yeah. I don't know who else could even who else in the series could even scale the Taash at this point. Like Anders in Dragon Age 2, maybe.
Maybe with, obviously you've got Justice.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to think. Morrigan's pretty powerful in Dragon Age 1, but
yeah.
really no one. You haven't really got that powerful companions. They're all pretty much average people.
Yeah, they're all average compared to like other characters in the setting.
Yeah, you've got very skillful people with you. I mean, obviously Solus is the exception because obviously he's Fen'Haral.
Yeah.
But now with Taash and this one, you've got almost like a demigod on your side, and it's like, right, we just need you. There's no reason for anyone else.
Yeah, it's like, Balara, Davrin, y'all can go home. We got the one character we fucking need. She's gonna fucking win every fight. Anyway.
Yeah. Not a woman, not a worker, not a warrior. They were Basara Kodan, a miracle, a walking answer to a question no one asked. This isn't a story about self-discovery, it's about self-reclamation. BioWare had the blueprint. Iron Bull's personal quest in Dragon Age Inquisition showed us exactly how devastating it is when a Qunari questions their place in the Order.
Also, is she using AI art as all her backgrounds? Because it's like Taash is off model, like when you from like one shot to the next. I mean, look at this. Her horns are ginormous here. They weren't in all the other ones up to this point. I mean, look at this. Like you see what I'm doing? I'm comparing them all.
Yeah.
It's like, is she using? I know for fact she's willing to use AI art. She did it in like previous videos she did comparing the Veilguard companions to the prior ones. So I know she's willing to do this. Is this AI art too?
I think so. It doesn't really matter. It's getting the point across.
I mean, yeah, but like, anyway, moving on.
When certainty crumbles, when purpose fractures. But what happens when the answer doesn't fit the question anymore?
Also with like her gray skin and that fucking dimer there, she looks like Mr. Sinister. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know what it is with me. Apparently, I just have X-Men on the brain for this video. Anyway.
Yeah, probably.
See, Taash enters the story with total certainty. Their purpose is divine. Their fire is holy. Their mission: hand down the Antam. The Qunari who abandoned the path. Is just another sacred duty, like breathing, like burning. When we first meet them, Taash should be the most devout character in the room. Their faith isn't performative, it isn't optional. It's woven into every scale, every flame, every word. The Qun isn't just their religion, it's their identity.
No,
More adverts, fucking hell.
Back off, pedo mustache man. I don't want your cereal.
Dragon Keepers raise them on ancient texts and blood rituals. The Taash paraded them as living proof of the Qun's divine wisdom. The Arishok aimed them like a weapon at enemies of the faith. Taash never questioned any of it.
That seems a bit excessive, like throwing a fucking demigod at fucking heretics. That seems a bit excessive, but fuck it, that's just me.
Yeah, it's just a Qunari way, really.
That's like sending the Incredible Hulk after a fucking purse snatcher. It's like, you don't need to go that extreme. Oh my god.
Oh, that'd be hilarious.
That'd be fucking hilarious.
Until it isn't. Mid-game, perhaps after a particularly brutal battle, Taash corners an untamed lieutenant. They prepare for the usual, defiance then death, a heretic's end. But instead, the lieutenant looks at them with recognition. Vasara Kodan, they whisper, not in fear, but reverence. They told us you were dead, that the flame had failed. Until they meet the untamed face to face, and instead of finding raving heretics and cowardly traitors, they find something far more dangerous. Believers. Not just any believers, former dragon keepers, the very priest who once trained Taash, who painted their horns with gold, who taught them to whisper to dragons. People who also speak Kunlad with reverence, who also followed the path, who also believed in something greater than themselves, until that greater thing started treating them like disposable components in a machine too proud to admit it's broken. The Untamed didn't abandon the Qun. The Qun abandoned them. They created their ancient dragon worship too dangerous, too
like, would the Qunari ever think that, oh, we didn't abandon the Qun abandoned us? That doesn't seem like something they'd think.
No, every Talvashoth that you come across just abandons the Qun because they don't agree with how they fit there.
Yeah.
Mystical, too irrational for modern Parvolin. Declare Taash the last of their kind, a controlled exception, a living lie. And suddenly, Taash's axis tilts. Every ritual they performed, every prayer they whispered, every dragon they mercifully killed, it was in service to some greater cosmic order. It was control, keeping the dragon fire contained, keeping the old ways suppressed. Because if the Qun was capable of being abandoned, of betraying its own, what does that say about them? Were they ever anything more than a tool? A myth given skin and orders?
Wait.
The fire that once felt like destiny now feels suspiciously like a leash. That night, Taash tries to light the ceremonial incense, and can't. The flame won't come. Their throat burns, but nothing emerges. For the first time in their life, the fire refuses to answer. And that's the real conflict. Taash isn't struggling to find themselves. They already did that. They are struggling with the possibility that the system that accepted them, the faith that gave them purpose, might not love them at all.
What? Wait a minute, hold on. So fucking Taash's whole fucking story wasn't fucking self-discovery, but rather like learning that like the fucking organization she works for was corrupt this whole time and she needed to fucking abandon it? Is this like for real here? This is literally, Hawke, you know what that's literally a ripoff of? That is literally a ripoff of that stupid ass Halo killer Haze from back in the day. Remember that game? This is literally Haze. It's like a person works for an organization, realizes that organization is evil, so they jump ship, and now they're fighting with the people that he was fighting prior to fight his old organization. This is literally Haze. What the hell?
You mean like Zevran with the Antivan crows?
Oh yeah, or Zevran. Yeah, it could just be now it's just turning into a rehash of Zevran's plot. It's like, what the hell? Oh my god.
Were special, yes, but only because they were useful. A divine mascot, a sacred scalpel. The final act isn't about whether Taash helps stop the world-ending threat. Of course they do. That's not the question. The question is, why? Not because the Qun commands it, not because they were born for it, not because some ancient text prophesied it. It's because they choose it. And now they have to decide. Do they keep breathing fire for a cause that's starting to smell like smoke and rot, or they burn a new path? Not as a symbol, not as a weapon, not as Vasara Kodan. Just Taash. Still a dragon, still breathing fire, but now for themselves.
Oh my god, bro. What the hell is up with your hair? Holy shit. Alright.
Taash. Not a checkbox, not a mouthpiece, not a meme.
Yeah, I don't know why there's so many ads tonight, man. God damn.
But a full character with lore, faith, power, and pain baked in from the ground up. That is the difference between representation and world building, between checking diversity boxes and creating a character whose identity emerges organically from the world they inhabit.
It's extremely messy.
Alright.
I mean...
Alright. I'm making a video. Go away.
Fucking
Christ. Thanks for busting in, Backseater. Fucking Christ. Alright, moving on.
Fantasy at its best doesn't shy away from real issues. It transforms them, elevates them, gives them mythic resonance. It doesn't lecture, it shows. Think of Tolkien's hobbits and their relationship to industrialization. Think of Martin's Wall and the climate crisis. Think of Le Guin's Earthsea and its exploration of balance and power.
Oh, not that communist. Please don't bring her up. Please, no.
None of these works say...
Who's she bringing up?
Ursula K. Le Guin, a fucking communist.
Here's a modern issue
She literally, like, grew to hate her fucking works and set out to, like, write that with, like, newer ones. She drank the feminist Kool-Aid and never went back. Ugh.
Planted wholesale. They say, here's how this world, with its own rules, cultures, and histories, grapples with universal questions. That's what Taash could have been, should have been. They breathe fire not because it's quirky.
Lady, I'm sorry. I get what you're getting at, but not many people in like the day-to-day struggle with like being fucking demigods, needing to like fight for a religion or whatever. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But because they were born to burn. Their story isn't accept me for who I am.
It's not even like really applicable or anything. It's just so out there that no one can really relate to it. Now, am I saying it's bad because no one can relate to it? No. There's plenty of things in fiction that I don't relate to. I just like it because it's fucking badass and it's cool and whatnot. But I don't think you're gonna be able to get the fucking applicability thing with this. You know what I'm saying?
I am, but who am I when the world that...
With this rewrite, I'll just put my point across because there's only like 2 minutes left and she's just wrapping up.
Yeah.
It's really good as a character. The issue is obviously it's taken Taash out of being just a companion to being one of the most important people in the story.
Yeah.
It's now heavily relying on Veilguard law to keep it afloat. That same law that I even think Nuhre would agree is, contradictory and retcons and breaks established law from the previous games. So, like I said, I'd like to have seen this character. I'd love to have seen this character. I think it's a really interesting character. I just don't think it's Taash. I just think to rewrite Taash from what she is, and she has to be almost a godlike being to be half decent, actually really does show how bad the original writing was for her.
Yeah.
So, yeah, all in all, it's been a good video and it's been a good listen. It's just I'm trying to imagine how it works in the fabric of Veilguard as it is, because at the moment in time, you're now going to have to go back and rewrite Veilguard entirely.
Oh yeah.
To fit this character in.
Yeah, like how the like it's like the main like who are the two fucking main Evanurus bad guys in Veilguard again?
Elganar and Gillenane.
Yeah, it's like how the fuck would they react to this fucking Qunari demigod? Obviously, yeah. So yeah, Hawke, I basically agree with what you say there. So yeah, like my fun. Actually, Hannah, I'll give my closing thoughts here.
What define me proves false. It's not about identity politics. It's about the politics of identity, about how systems use people as symbols, and how people fight to reclaim themselves. It's Dragon Age at its core, the same series that gave us mages fighting for freedom, elves reclaiming lost
This is way beyond mages fighting for freedom. I mean, like, holy hell.
heritage, dwarves questioning rigid caste systems. They're not a man, not a woman, not a joke. They're a character worth following into battle, worth arguing with over drinks, worth standing beside as the world cracks open and the old gods spill through.
What the hell would this Taash even fucking, like, talk about over drinks. Like, honestly, she'd probably, like, just look down her mug and be like, you expect me to drink this shit, like, with you fucking mortals?
True. They are Vasara Godan. They're a dragon that walks, a holy anomaly, a sacred heretic, a being of fire trying to find warmth in a world of cold certainty. The tragedy of modern game writing isn't that it includes diverse characters, it's that it so often fails to give those characters the depth, nuance, and cultural context they deserve. It treats identity as a modern import rather than a timeless question each fantasy culture would answer in its own way. Dragon Age used to understand this. It gave us Sevran's fluid sexuality embedded in Antivan culture, Vivienne's ambition shaped by Orlesian politics, Ironbolt's struggle between Kunar collectivism and individual choice. Taash deserved that same care, that same rootedness, that same respect for the world they inhabit. And honestly, that's more badass than any checkbox BioWare ever ticked. Because when representation is done right, when it flows from world building rather than being stapled onto it, you don't get tokenism, you get legend.
You know, I even if we were to, like, keep Taash non-binary to appeal to the Tumblr dumbasses, I seriously doubt they would fucking care that their representation is a fucking god. Cause, I mean, Lord knows they're all atheists, so, yeah.
I'll be brutally honest with, like, the Dragon Age series. It peaked at Dragon Age 2 with world building, and ever since then, it's just been crap.
And that wraps up my reimagining of Taash, the dragon
they actually
that walks.
attempted to build a world that existed by Dragon Age 2, and then they went, you know what, let's just fucking just turn it into modern day trash.
Yeah.
If you enjoyed this deep dive into how fantasy representation can be done with actual respect for world building, smash the like button and subscribe for more content that treats you like an actual thinking adult who plays games for their depth, not the diversity scorecards. Want to see more character rewrites like this one? Drop a comment down below with which Valyrian companion needs the next lore overhaul.
Oh boy, Hawke, which one do you think needs the next lore overhaul? I'm gonna comment that right now.
Let's do Varric, so he's not dead.
Okay, well, for some reason it's not letting me comment, but I'll comment that later. Yeah, so
well,
sorry, what?
Yeah, go on. What were you going to say?
Yeah, my closing thoughts. Scale Taash down and make her less Mary Sue-ish, because she's, like, right on the fucking border of being a Mary Sue. And, and lastly, give her a different personal story that is less of a rehash of Zevran's and Iron Bull's. Because as much as we don't like Iron Bull, this is still kind of a rehash of his personal story. So
yeah.
Yeah. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, comment below for the video, subscribe for more videos like this, and we'll see you guys next time in the backseat. Take care.